In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 5 Claude AI skills that pay more than a college degree. And by more, I don't mean a couple $1,000 extra. I mean Peter Levels making $138,000 a month, Justin Welsh crossing over $10 million as a solopreneur, and my own client Carla closing a 6-figure deal with just 1,500 subscribers. This is coming from someone who has personally made over $10 million from YouTube using these exact skills, and I run a 1.5 million subscriber channel where most of the heavy lifting is done by Claude. And I've helped my clients use the exact same system to generate over $100 million in combined results. And the truth is the degree was a 100-year-old answer to a problem that no longer exists. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the exact 5 skills, who's already making money with them, and the first step that you can take today to start picking one up. So if you appreciate me making these types of videos and you want me to make more of them, let me know by going ahead and cheersing the like button, and let's jump into this right now. All right, skill number 1 is the vibe coder. And before you click away because you don't code, let me stop you there. Claude AI does not care if you've never written a single line of code in your life. Vibe coding is what happens when you describe what you want in plain English and Claude builds the app for you, right? You don't need an engineering degree. You don't need a computer science degree or a software development degree. You don't need a boot camp. You don't need any of that, okay? But here's where most people get this wrong. They try to build something generic, some random to-do list app, some random AI chatbot for nobody. Then they wonder why nobody pays them. But the vibe coders that are making real money, they build for one specific industry. For instance, a scheduling tool for fence contractors, a pricing calculator with funding options for med spas, a client portal for divorce lawyers. So here's the analogy. Imagine you walk into Walmart and you buy a $50 suit. It's fine, it fits okay. You look like a guy who just bought a $50 suit at Walmart. Now imagine you walk into a custom tailor. He measures your shoulders, your arms, your inseam. He asks what occasion the suit is for. He picks the fabric with you. That same suit costs $5,000 and you'd pay it because it fits you and it looks really good. And that is the difference between generic AI apps and niche AI apps. So a great example of this is Peter Levels. So Peter is just one guy, right? He's got a one-person business. No team, no co-founders, no VC money. And he built an AI and a photo app called Photo AI in 18 months. And that one app built solo makes them $138,000 a month right now. And his total business is over $3 million a year with no employees, from a laptop, and most months he's traveling the world while the apps run themselves. And his tech stack is pretty basic. The kind of stuff a college freshman would be embarrassed to put on a resume. But he didn't build for the resume, he built for his niche. AI generated photos for people who don't want to pay a photographer. That is the entire product. Simple, boring, but profitable, right? These are basically just people who want to be able to look professional on their LinkedIn profile, for instance, without actually having to take a professional photo. And this isn't just Silicon Valley either, right? Take one of my clients, Craig. He's a Montana realtor in his 70s, and his first real video pulled over 100,000 views breaking down stream access law in Montana, which is a topic that nobody else was covering for ranchers in his area. Now imagine he layers in a simple lookup tool for the people watching his channel. For instance, maybe it gives people really good information about different areas, different places they might want to buy a house, what things they'd want to look out for in those areas, including stream access law. So that is the vibe coder play applied to a personal brand niche and the specific business of being a realtor in Montana. So here's how to start the vibe coder skill. Step 1, pick an industry that you actually know something about, right? It doesn't have to be sexy, could be your last job, could be your dad's industry, could be an industry from somebody in your family. It doesn't really matter, right? Step 2, find one annoying problem in that industry, the thing that they complain about over and over again. Then step 3, open up Claude AI, describe the tool in plain English, and let Claude build the first version. Then iterate. Charge $50 to $100 a month per user. If you get 100 users, that's $5,000 to $10,000 a month from one niche app built by one person who never wrote code before. Hey, quick break. I'm going to be doing a live training this week on how to start a YouTube channel step-by-step for beginners. This is going to be for people who want to start a channel, but they don't know what niche to pick, what videos to make, or how to actually get started the right way. And it's a completely free training, no strings attached. In fact, I'm giving away even more bonuses at the training. So just as an example, I'm going to be giving away my niche validator. This is going to be available both for ChatGPT as well as Claude, which is a super valuable piece of software where you can finally figure out what the best niche for you is. So do not miss out on this training. Make sure you sign up for it down in the description and the pinned comment below, because you only get it if you join the training. So if you don't join now, you might miss it. But that being said, in the workshop, you'll get to meet me
and you'll get to ask me questions directly. So I look forward to seeing you in there. So click the link in the description and the pinned comment below, put it in your calendar. And if for whatever reason you missed out on it or you weren't able to attend, make sure you still click that link because we might be having workshops in the future as well. And you'll be the first to know about it. So yeah, hope to see you there. And now back to your regularly scheduled content.
All right, skill number 2 is what I like to call the ghost voice. And here's the thing about Claude that so many people miss, right? It is not supposed to write content for you. It's supposed to write content with you in your voice, on your topics, using the exact phrases. And the garbage AI content that you see everywhere on YouTube and TikTok, that is people typing, write me a video about money into a chatbot and posting whatever comes out. That isn't really a skill. It's probably not gonna work. And it's really just a shortcut to a banned channel as well. So the ghost voice skill is different. You feed Claude your past content, your transcripts, your voice memos, your quirks, your slang, your life story, maybe testimonials from your clients, maybe sales calls or different comments or interactions that you've had with your clients. And then Claude becomes a mirror. It writes the script that you would have written if you had 40 more hours in your week. So it's kind of like having a personal trainer who already did all the research for your workout. He read the studies, he tracked the science, and he's tested the moves on 100 other people. So you don't have to figure any of it out. You just show up and you do the reps. And that's what Claude is when you use the ghost voice skill. The research is done, the structure is done, and the first draft is done as well. You just show up and be the person on camera. So I'll give you a great example of this. Me. I typically do a yap session. Now, do I go word for word? Usually not. But I usually use the scripts as a really good guide, and then I just say it in my own voice. So when I work on a video like this one, the first draft already sounds like me, then I tear it apart and make it a better me. It's not just me. My client Antoine has a channel, Black Heights, and he was spending hours per script. Now with Claude doing the heavy lifting, his production time got cut in half, and his channel is doing 5 figures a month easily. And Antoine isn't the only one. My client Clifford runs a channel called College Hacked. He makes multiple 6 figures a year with that channel. Now here's how to start the ghost voice skill. Step 1, create a Claude project at claude.ai. Step 2, upload everything you have. Past blog posts, past video transcripts, voice memos, even old text messages, even messages that you've sent to your clients, or if you don't have any clients, just messages that sound like you. Step 3, give it instructions. Write in my voice, use these phrases, avoid those phrases, then start asking it for hooks, scripts, captions, emails. And then pro tip, tell it the outcome that you want, and then let it interview you until it has enough information, context, etc., to give you that outcome. And the first 10 outputs, of course, will need editing and tweaking, but then you just edit and tweak the prompt until you get something that you like. All right, the next skill is the niche architect. And this is the most expensive mistake that I see new YouTubers and entrepreneurs make. They pick a niche by guessing. They scroll YouTube for an hour, they see someone making money on a topic, they go, that looks fun, I'll do that. And 6 months later, they wonder why their channel is dead. And their videos are getting 47 views each, and they're $2,000 in the hole on equipment. So you don't pick a niche by guessing, you pick a niche by architecting it, right? And the niche architect is going to use Claude to map the intersection of 3 things: what audience they understand, what result they can deliver, and what method only they can teach. That intersection is going to be your niche. Not what's trending, not what's popular, the niche that only you can dominate. So think of it almost like a GPS for your career. Without it, you wander around the city for 3 hours hoping you eventually find the right address. With it, you punch in the destination and you drive directly there. That's what Claude does when you use the niche architect skill. You stop wandering and you start arriving. So a perfect example of this is my brother Zach, right? He's in his 50s, he's not a tech guy, he's really a blue collar guy, and he has been for his whole life. And by every YouTube guru standard, he should not be making money on the platform. But he picked a niche the smart way, he architected it around something that he understood, the trades, an audience that gets ignored on YouTube, real working people, and a method that only he could teach, decades of actual experience. And his very first video that he posted on his channel blew up, got over 800,000 views, and within 29 days after posting that first video, he had a $214 AdSense day, meaning he went from 0 to a full-time income in less than a month. And this is because he didn't guess, he architected. And Zach is not the only one. My client Joaquin, for instance, pivoted from an engineering career into Ivy League admissions coaching. 2 worlds with 0 overlap on the surface, but that's exactly where the niche architect skill earns its keep. Claude maps the bridge between what you have done and what you can own, and Joaquin didn't find his niche, he built it. Now, why did he pick that niche? Well, he was a foreign exchange student who got into elite university in the United States. So what niche did he pick? Helping foreign exchange students get into elite universities in the United States. Pretty boring, pretty repetitive, but very, very lucrative. And that's why he was able to make $80,000 in a single month as a teenager. Okay, so here's how to start with the niche architect skill. Open up Claude.ai and then tell Claude three things. 1, list every job or skill you've ever had. 2, list every problem you've ever solved that other people kept asking you about. And 3, list every type of person you've worked with closely. Then ask Claude this exact question. Where do these 3 things overlap and what niche could only I dominate based on this combination? Read what it spits out, push back, and refine it. By the end of one good session, you'll have something most people never get, which is a niche that's actually yours. Now, if you want to take this to the next level, definitely just attend the live training by clicking the link in the description in the pinned comment below, because we're going to be giving away a much more advanced niche tool there. This is one that's been trained on thousands of hours of us coaching our clients to pick their niches. Skill number 4 is what I like to call the pattern hunter. So this strategy used to be locked behind an MBA, right? You'd have to pay $200,000 and wait 2 years to learn how to think like a McKinsey consultant. But Claude collapses that entire learning curve into an afternoon. The pattern hunter is the person who uses Claude to mine information at scale that no human being can match. Every YouTube transcript in your niche, read in 10 minutes. Every X thread your favorite competitor has ever posted, analyzed in 20 minutes. Every Reddit complaint, every Amazon review, every YouTube comment section about a topic that you care about. Patterns surfaced while you eat lunch. That is not research, that is market intelligence. The kind that used to take a research team, but now it takes one person and a Claude project. So think of Claude as a detective who can read every case file in the library in 5 seconds. So while you're still flipping through file number 1, Claude has already read all 10,000 files, highlighted the patterns, connected the dots, and handed you a 1-page summary of who did what and why. So you do not have to be smart, you just have to know where to look. Now, a great example of this is my client Felix. This is basically what he does for a living. So Felix is in the investing niche, and this is one of the most competitive niches on the entire platform. So how does somebody break through this? Well, he uses the pattern hunter skill. Not to go too deep into exactly what he does, but he basically scrapes Twitter using AI, and he does this to scrape what other investing accounts are saying, obviously, but also just the news in general. And he uses Claude to find patterns that nobody else was seeing. And the result here is, after working with us, we helped him go from being just another investing YouTuber to the absolute top #1 person in his niche. Not by working harder, but by working smarter. So here's how to start with this skill. Pick one niche, pick the top 5 creators in that niche, grab the transcripts of their last 20 videos each. You can pull transcripts straight from YouTube for free, and then dump everything into a Claude project. Now, if you want to use Claude Cowork or Claude Code, you can actually just have it scrape for you. Then you can ask Claude 2 questions. 1, what hooks appear in the top 10% of these videos? And 2, what words and phrases does the audience use in the comments that are missing from the videos? Then read the answer, and you just got a free competitive intelligence report that consulting firms charge 5 figures for. And by the way, this can be used for a lot more than just content creation. This can be used for all different types of market research. And if you're not sure how to scrape with Claude AI, you can literally just ask it how to do it, and it'll tell you exactly how to do it, right? It's actually not that hard. All right, skill number 5 is the conversion engineer. And this is a skill that's going to help you with one of the most valuable skills you can possibly learn, which is copy and marketing, right? So copy or copywriting is one of the single highest paid skills in business, right? Because the right sentence on a sales page can be the difference between $0 and $10,000 a day. And the right hook in an email can make $5,000 sales happen on autopilot. And the right headline can 10x your conversion rate without changing the product. So words make money, and the right words make a lot of money. Now here's what's changing. Hiring a top copywriter used to cost $5,000 to $50,000 for a single sales page. And I would know because I've paid tens of thousands of dollars for sales pages and VSLs. But most small businesses simply could not afford them. But the conversion engineer skill flips that. You plus Claude plus the right inputs, your offer plus your customer's exact language equals sales copy that out-converts most agency work. So think of it like this. A concert pianist studies 20 years to play Chopin at Carnegie Hall. That's the old school copywriter. Beautiful, expensive, and rare. But what if I told you that with the right piano, the right sheet of music, and a Claude project that knew the song, you could play it? Not as perfectly as the pro, but well enough that the audience claps and pays. That's what Claude does to copywriting. It puts the piano in your hands. So a perfect example of this is my client Carla, right? Carla has 1,500 subscribers on YouTube, and she gets about 100 to 200 views per video. And for most people seeing that, they might think she has a failed channel, right? Why is she even trying? But Carla wasn't focused on subscribers or views. She was focused on conversions. And she uses Claude to help her write the exact words that her ideal clients wanted to hear. And the result is she closed a 6-figure contract from YouTube with a channel with 1,500 subscribers and YouTube videos that are getting 100 to 200 views per video. And then on a much bigger scale, Justin Welsh. He's a solo guy on the internet, no team, no employees, just Justin and Claude and a portfolio of one-person digital products. And he crossed over $10 million in total revenue working from his apartment at about 90% margins. And most of his revenue is one thing: words on pages that sell digital products. And on a much bigger scale than Carla, but Carla's definitely going to get there, my client Sean scaled from around $30,000 a month all the way to over $500,000 in a single month. And one of the biggest things we helped him with was his copy. Now, copy can obviously go on YouTube videos, it can go on emails, it can go on landing pages, all kinds of different areas. But here's how to start. Pick one thing that you sell or want to sell. Could be a product, a service, a coaching offer, an ebook, anything. Open Claude, paste in your offer, then paste in 10 to 20 quotes from your audience. Comments under your videos, replies to your emails, things people have actually said to you, real words and their words. That's the important thing, right? Then ask Claude for 3 things: a hook for the top of the sales page, 3 subject lines for the sales email, and 1 call to action that uses your customer's exact language. Take what comes out, test it, and pick the winner. So every one of these skills on their own, if you master them, can make you more money than a starting salary out of college. And I showed you a bunch of real examples to prove that to you. But those are the floor, but here's the ceiling. When you stack all 5 of these skills into one YouTube channel, you can make an absolute killing, right? Not just a living, but a killing. You can become a one-person media company making exponential money. And that's what my client Josh did, where he made $185,000 in a single month. That's what my client Nicole did, where she made $80,000 in a month. And that's what my client Sean did, making over $500,000 in a month. And it's not just the heavy hitters either. My client RJ, while retired and just working part-time on his YouTube channel, made $28,000 in a single month. Alex Shep scaled from 0 to $15,000 a month. Different niches, same playbook. And they are not special. They're just using the same playbook that I'm giving you right now. They use Claude to do all of the things that I just talked about, right? It used to take you 10,000 hours to get good enough to do some of those things. Now, one of the things that makes this incredibly easy, because honestly, just about any skill out there or any business or any side hustle is incredibly easy to make money with if you have traffic. And the absolute best type of traffic is YouTube. So the thing that makes this incredibly easy to do is a YouTube channel. And that's what we're going to talk about how to build at the live training, which is completely free. Click the link in the description in the pinned comment below. And I know that 99% of you are just going to watch my free content, enjoy it, get a lot of value out of it. You're also going to attend my live trainings, join them, get a lot of value out of them as well. But we're never going to end up working together, and that's completely fine. With that being said, there's that 1% of you out there that wants to work directly with myself or my team, one-on-one, where we literally tell you exactly how to do it in a coaching capacity, one-on-one, done with you coaching, or we just literally do it for you. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead, click the link in the description in the pinned comment below to book a call with us. But only do it if you're very serious about growing and making money on YouTube. We only accept about 18% of people who apply, and right now we're only accepting around 3 to 5 people because we're pretty much at capacity. With that being said, the types of people we typically work with are going to be business owners, both online as well as some types of physical business owners, YouTubers who are getting views but they're struggling with monetization, YouTubers who are crushing it and they want to crush it even harder, or people who are professionals that have a lot of value to give to the world. They're typically experts at something and they want to treat YouTube like a business from the beginning, and they want to skip 3 years of banging their head against the wall trying to get it to work for them. So if that sounds like you, again, book that call, click the link in the description in the pinned comment below, and also check out this video right here where we go over exactly how we help my client Sean get to $500,000 in a single month.